GS score.
GS score. GS score.
GS score.
GS score. GS score.
GS score.
GS score.
GS score.
GS score है GS score.
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 Hello, dear friends. I'm Dr. Surendra Kesing, Faculty of Sociology. It's a great pleasure and a moment of pride to me that one of our residents, Nitisha, has come. She has had 133rd rank this year with the Sociology Optional. Congratulations, Nitisha, and
Thank
welcome
you.
to you in the GS score.
Thank you so much.
You just wanted us, the students, to know that how was the preparation, what was the experience in sociology. If you could share some tips with the new aspirants, it would be very good for them. So, please.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for the warm welcome. And my optional was sociology, and this was my 4th attempt. And sociology is a subject which I had started liking as I started reading about it. The main aim for choosing sociology, like any other aspirant, was that a lot of material was easily available, and I had a few friends who were already preparing with this subject. So being from a technical background, I wanted a subject which I could understand easily, which I could have reference material for, and there were test series and faculty in the market. So that is why I chose this subject. So overall, the experience had been really nice with this subject. I found it very interesting as and when I started reading about it. So my main strategy was to build conceptual clarity. I started with focusing on the major 6 thinkers, which is part of the syllabus. So understanding what the thinkers say. So as you also said, that understanding the core aspect of what each thinker says forms the basic foundation of sociology. So I started with that and gave a lot of time to that, and then made sure that I had ready-made notes for each and every topic which is mentioned in both the subjects. So that had been my broad strategy. So.
You know, sometimes when you teach, I find that there are two kinds of students. One kind of students who are very good in a factual kind of, they will memorize it. And some students will take us some time, a little bit time, to first develop the conceptual dimensions. What is your experience when you're looking at the trend of the UPSC, particularly in sociology? I find the factual dimension is gone. How far the conceptual building is necessary in contemporary preparation?
Absolutely, sir. Even I have understood that the trend is shifting away from factual to conceptual clarity. So UPSC is now focusing on understanding what the conceptual clarity of the aspirant is. So simply rote learning, going through the PYQs is not sufficient as of now. So building understanding the conceptual clarity is very important, and since the time is very limited in the examination, we have hardly 7 minutes or 7 to 10 minutes for every question. So building conceptual clarity and being able to meet the demand of the question requires for us to have that sense of clarity.
You know, Nishita, I wanted to ask that today when we're looking at this world, we are finding about the role of social media. We open up right from the Telegram to others. So many data is there. There's a plethora of data lying over and there. And sometimes I find the students are more prone to that kind of data. Is it going to help them, or some textbook or some in-depth knowledge is required?
So to a certain extent, yes, that information which is in the market is helping students, but to separate significant few from insignificant many, that has become a challenge for aspirants, and even I face that challenge. So to address that problem, I started by making my own notes, by going through whatever material I had in the market and just stick to what I had prepared from my own notes. So that kind of helped me to revise multiple times and not read different sources from so many sources. So that is why I try to limit my notes and revise multiple times.
And I just basically wanted that if you could throw some light on the difficulties which you face in sociology, so that any new aspirant which is taking sociology as an optional, what are the difficulties and how to overcome the difficulties?
So one of the major difficulties I faced in paper 2, especially the parts B and part C, the material available for Part B and Part C is not very structured. So I and many of my friends also struggled how to prepare structurally for those topics. And in this year also, many of the questions in paper 2 were from Part B and Part C,
Part
which
C.
are those questions which we generally don't prepare. So this time I tried to go through lot of material on internet, the IGNU papers which are there topic wise, and prepared my own notes for each and every point of Part B and Part C. So that helped me address that problem this
You know,
time.
sometimes it is said that escalation of the subject is done by a teacher and a student. If the teacher is good, who has made you understand the entire conception and given you entire empirical examples, then the things become more easier in part of the students. All right. Is there any take on this kind of one? Because if the teachers are good, and if you have a good kind of coaching, the things would be much more simplified, and you would be having more confidence.
Absolutely, sir. I feel that teachers or any source which we go through, they lay an important foundation of every student, of every aspirant, and that plays an important role, because if the foundation is strong, only then we can perform well on the final day. So choosing the right sources, right teacher, and right coaching is very important.
Nishita, I just wanted you to let the students know uh, what to do, what not to do in sociology when they are picking up sociology as an optional.
So coming to the do's part, first thing is each and every part of the syllabus should be read very thoroughly, and notes should be prepared, handwritten notes should be prepared, so which can be referred to very easily and on daily basis, so that on the exam we can write answers properly. So that is one of the most important things. Second, sir, there are certain low hanging fruits in both paper A, paper B. For example, unit 1, 2, 3, they are related to research methodology, sociology as science. So these topics are generally ignored, but they can fetch really high marks and can improve the score significantly. So such topics should not be ignored. And so coming to don'ts, going through a lot of material from different sources and not being able to consolidate should not be done at any cost, because it just increases the material and the recalling capacity reduces. So that should not be done.
That should not be done.
Yes.
All right. I thank you and congratulate once again to you. All right.
Thank you so
And
much, sir.
I hope her experience will basically making you what to do in sociology. Because sometimes I have been saying this one, that the plethora of data which are available in the market, they are not good, they are not authenticated. You do not know. Sometimes you pick it up and you need to unwind, all right, unless and until you go through this thing. And the last question I wanted to know, how far the writing practice is important in civils?
So writing practice is at most important, especially in humanities optional like sociology, because time allocation is very important, and not even a single question should be compromised or should be left in the exam. So answer writing, a mock practice is very important, where we can test which question, where, and how much time should we allocate. So that can come only through answer writing practice, which can translate into a good time management, structured answers on the final days.
All right, thank you. I'm quite sure that with the experience of Nishita, the things have been put before you, and you could understand that what sociology requires and what kind of do's and don'ts he has extensively shared it. So that would be much more helpful to you. And I wish all of you the best of luck. And once again, I congratulate Nishita for getting into the service and getting the service what she wanted. And once again, congratulations, Nishita.
Thank you so much, sir.